Cam, and
Huh?
we are featuring Sophia today because she is one of our innovators at our event Ignite and Innovate. If you're interested in looking at that event, it's go to www.igniteandinnovate.com. But I wanted to take a minute to talk to Sophia because she's doing something really I find super intriguing. She is going to 3D print not one, but I think a few auxiliary dwelling units, right?
Three.
Three auxiliary dwelling units. So, Sophia, first of all, why 3D printing? What made that pop into your head?
Well, it's actually I am a flipper and a landlord, and I always when we try to find sustainable, affordable housing in California, which is almost impossible. So I'm like, there gotta be more alternative. So I started looking into different approaches like prefab, container house, tiny houses, and then one research lead to another. I found 3D print. Back then, um, back then, most of the 3D print companies are in Europe, and US has a couple, but the building department and the approval process and the codes are not there for 3D prints yet. So fast forward a few years, now there are two major 3D print company in the US, one in Texas, one in California. Being my project in California, I of course partner with the one 3D print company in California because they do have a pre-approved plan with the Department of Housing in California. So with that, I can, make the whole approval process and building process faster than stick built. And also, we all know in early 2021, the cost of lumber, building material, labor, everything is crazy. And even with the crazy pricing, you can't find the material and labor. You have to wait forever.
You know what,
So
Sophia, you're bringing up some really interesting points, and I should have given you a better intro. Here's the thing, people. Sophia is a flipper, and I have to tell you, she does some beautiful work. Her aesthetic is amazing. I really
thank
appreciate
you.
this interview. And she was also, she's looking for that. But what you bring up is so important, and that is you have to make sure that you are within code for the building departments, for the housing departments, if you're going to venture out in something innovative like 3D printing. So kudos to you for finding a California company that does 3D printing. I was actually able to go visit the showroom of that company here in LA, but you said that you
Yeah.
went to the actual manufacturer. I'm really curious about what that was like.
Yeah, so my other background is project management. So I'm very detail oriented, and I looked at uh, processes and codes and project timelines, budget and scope, all those good things, right? So when I vet a company, I need to go look at their factory and see what they offer and what kind of industry standard they have. So the one that I found, I don't know if I can share the
Yes,
name. Oh,
absolutely.
it's called Mighty Building. I They are the first company with a UL approved certified 3D print material. So that's something huge. And with the process and the material, it withstand really high industry standard of like fire resistant, water resistant, earthquake safe. So those things are the stuff that I look for, and that company delivered, and also with their streamlined process of how they do the due diligence and then entitlement management and project management during the build.
Okay, hold on just a second, because I think people are going to be really interested. Now, this isn't, this isn't just a company that you go, I want to order one of these, and then they leave you to it. This is a company that actually comes in and partners with you side by side to walk you through the city procedures of entitlement. They
Yes.
do
Like even if you have
right?
no experience, they will handhold you. Like I do have building experience, so when I look at their processes, they all make sense, and they are really good with communicating with the clients about, what are you expecting, what is your project timeline, what do you have to do, and
Mhm.
what are they gonna do, and they just include you in every step of the way, which is really good.
Okay, so I think it's totally thrilling that you're going to be, able to order this, right? Once you get entitlements, once all the paperwork is done, right? They just deliver it on a truck. Is that is
Yes. So basically, when the entitlement, which is the city part,
right?
varies by city, of course. When that is done, the actual printing takes 2 to 4 weeks, and then the truck delivery from the Oakland factory to your site takes whenever the truck deliver, and then you do your,
And they assemble what in a couple days?
yeah.
Wow.
You will be invited at that delivery
Oh, I
party.
can't wait. We're gonna have an assembly party,
You're
guys.
huge.
Totally. Okay, so you know what, I could go on and on about the process, and I've learned a little bit about how they do the insulation on these 3D printed places, but we're going to leave that for Ignite. And listen, ladies, if you're interested in new technologies, if you're interested in the innovation, if you're interested in alternatives to ground up construction, right? You named a few that are right now my real estate porn, like containers, 3D printing, tiny houses. It's all just right in that area of brand new and accessible to us. You're going to have to come to Ignite and Innovate our event. So go to www.igniteandinnovate.com and see Sophia there, and see all of our other women talking about all these innovative things that they're coming up with. Thank you once again, Sophia, for coming on
Thank
and
you for having me.
sample.